Hello, it's Chef John from foodwishes.com, and today we are making, I'm making, my favorite all-purpose salad dressing, which is a sherry vinaigrette. Now, sherry vinaigrette, made with sherry vinegar, it's kind of halfway between a wine vinegar and a balsamic vinegar, okay? So it's similar to a balsamic in that it is aged, all right? It's sherry wine that's aged in an oak barrel. This one was aged for quite a long time. Believe it or not, this was 15 years. It was cask number 17, which I heard was a really good one. I mean, it's no cask, 14, but it was a good one. And all natural, chemical free, et cetera, and so forth. GMO free. I don't know what GMO is, but I don't want it. So anyway, that was my vinegar. Get a really good quality Spanish sherry vinegar. Don't forget a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, about 1/3 of a teaspoon of salt, a couple grinds of pepper, and then the most important ingredient, except for the sherry vinegar, some Dijon mustard, about a teaspoon. That's gonna help us emulsify. You've heard that term. Even Emerald knows emulsify. So you've heard that term on TV a million times. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1/3 of a cup of the vinegar. I'm gonna go with a classic ratio here, 3:1. So I have a cup of olive oil on the side. Don't use anything too strong. It's just a cheap kind of neutral olive oil will be fine for this. And then of course you're going to drizzle it slowly. You're going to just in a tiny trickle, you're going to just pour, you know what? We're going to dump the whole thing in. Let me stop right there. I don't know why cooks still drizzle oil and emulsify that way. If you want a real emulsification, put it in a blender. Okay, why are you whisking for 20 minutes? Or if I'm going to serve this right away, because of the mustard, I can just whisk this together just like this. Watch, this is going to work. All right. So the mustard has something in it called lecithin, as I do my Alton Brown imitation, which is an emulsifier, and that means it will suspend the vinegar in the oil. Now the problem with the whisking method, dumping it all in like that, is yes, I saved from cleaning the blender, but it's not a really good emulsification. Okay, it will stay emulsified for 5 or 10 minutes. If you're going to serve it right away, it's fine. But let me give you see that? The particles, the little drips of vinegar, they're kind of large. They're not really suspended in the oil as if we did it in a blender or if we whisked it by hand for a half hour. See how it's separating? That was just after about 5 minutes. So what we're going to do, this is like the best of all worlds. We are going to not have to dirty the blender. We're not going to whisk and get tennis elbow. We're going to pour it in a shaker. Now I went with the Hot Waitress shaker. It has a little decal on there, very retro. And we're going to pour in our oil, our vinegar, our salt, pepper, and mustard. And we're going to give this a vigorous shake. Now what do I mean by vigorous? That's what I mean, vigorous. As hard as you can shake it for about 2 or 3 minutes. In fact, not even that long, maybe a minute and a half, and you will have a very, there's my slow motion shaking, just in case you weren't clear. I'm sure that helps out. All right, so that makes for a really nice emulsification. How can I tell? There, I can like write my name or that obscure abstract shape with the vinaigrette. Okay, no separation, there's no oil and vinegar pooling up, and that's how you can tell. See, that thing is emulsified. That's going to be, I could put it on a pool on a plate like that for a piece of grilled fish, a grilled piece of meat. I put it over an avocado and nasturtium salad, which was quite delicious. Again, because sherry vinegar is kind of halfway in sweetness and tartness between like a traditional wine vinegar and a balsamic, it's such a great all-purpose vinaigrette. So anyway, use the shaker, the squeeze bottle shaker method. Works great. It's also really easy to keep the extra. Just put a little piece of plastic over the top, screw the top back on, and next time you're ready for your salad, you should shake that up and ready to go. Okay? So anyway, a little easy recipe for a quick vinaigrette. Also, a method to do it, and you don't have to get out the stick blender or the regular blender, or God forbid, stand there with a stupid whisk for a half hour trying to drizzle in oil. No more. Anyway, go to the site, check out all the details, and as always, enjoy.